When we're taking reference images for sculpting, the more visual information, the better. And so here's some tips on taking references for portrait sculpture. Have a strong light that's above the model to one side, and it helps show the forms of the face more clearly. Here I'm using a simple lamp with 3 60-watt light bulbs that I've pushed together, and that works fine. Some strong shadows along the face. That's what we're looking for. Make sure that there's some contrast between the background and the model so that the silhouette is clear from every angle. If you have darker hair, make sure that the background's not too dark, because then you can get lost in the background. We want to be able to see the silhouette from every angle. Have the model hold the pose and turn very slowly so that there's no blur or missing angles. Turn slowly, and then as you reposition your feet to turn more, make sure that you come back to the angle where you were at, and then continue to turn slowly all the way around. Take video to avoid missing any angles. Have the model turn all the way around and past the starting point. Be sure to maintain the gaze and the tilt of the head and shoulders so the pose is the same throughout the turn. Try to take the video of the model zoomed in and standing back away from the model. A focal length of around 60 to 80 millimeters is ideal. Make sure this video is as high quality as possible. Taking photos too close to the model will cause distortion in the features. Here I am standing about 10 feet away from the camera. Right now the lens is set to 62 millimeters for the focal length, and so you can see here there's less distortion. So I brought the camera forward until it's only about 2 or 3 feet away, and now the focal length is 12 millimeters, and so you can see how that distorts the facial features. Take video of a turnaround from eye level, from above eye level, and from below. If needed, the references from above and below can be taken closer to the model. A straight-on pose can be boring and less attractive to sculpt. Consider tilting the head or turning slightly to the left or the right for a more interesting pose. You might tilt the shoulders one way and then tilt the head the opposite direction to get some contrapposto between the eye line and the shoulder line. Try looking down or looking up and see what looks best. Check your posture. Relaxing the facial muscles usually makes the face easier to sculpt and more attractive of a sculpture, which is why this is more common in portrait sculptures. However, if there's a smile or a specific expression that captures the personality of the model better, that can also be done. Just be sure that if you do have an expression other than a relaxed pose, that you hold that same expression as you do the turnaround shots and the shots from above and below. Also make sure that if you don't want your glasses in the sculpture, or if you want your hair done a certain way, that that's all addressed when you're taking the photo references. This can sound complicated, especially if you haven't done it before, so if you have any questions, let me know.